Hello, everyone. So glad to be with you on this beautiful, beautiful Wednesday. I'll probably be live here on Wednesdays between 12 and 1. And I'm also going to be live on Monday nights at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, I'll make this announcement one more time. If you're looking for my other business, the other stream of income, it's over on its own business page. You can find that link up at the top of my Facebook page. But on this page, we're going to be sharing business tips for entrepreneurs and for leaders. So if you have a small business, you'll enjoy this, what we're going to be talking about on today. Most of the time, I go live inside of my business group page, but I'm going to be floating around. So I'll still be live inside of the Builders Training Room. That's the name of the group page. I do a lot of training in there, and you're welcome to join us inside of that group. But let me just jump right into what I want to share with you today, so that I can keep this short and you have a time to opportunity to watch it during the day, or catch the replay, and it won't be long, probably 15 minutes if that. But today I wanted to share here on my public page what we've been talking about inside of my VIP group, the Builders Training Room. We've been talking about the mindset of a CEO. So if you are a business owner, hello. And whether you're a business owner or not, hold on, I flipped my camera. Whether you're a business owner or not, you can still benefit from this talk that we're going to have. So one of the things I want to ask you is, what do you think? What do you think is a good attribute of somebody that owns a business? Just drop that in the comments. What do you think is a good attribute? What do you think somebody that's a CEO, that's a business owner, what is it, something that they should exhibit? So the first thing, I'm going to share with you 3 things, maybe 4. So the first one is they have a very clear vision. A very clear vision. Now that statement was made by Arnold Schwarzenegger. He says that if the leader does not have a very clear vision, they just kind of float around. And we all know entrepreneurs who are constantly starting something, right? And so if you don't have a clear vision about what it is that you want to do and where it is that you are going, you will be constantly starting and never building. But see, because you can start a business, you can start an opportunity and never really get the foundation in place, never have the components in place for you to build upon it or even expand it. So number one, the attribute of a CEO, or one of the things that a successful business owner must have, is a very clear vision. See, you don't have to know how you're going to get from A to Z, but you need to know what Z is. You need to know where you are going, so that the people that partner with you, they understand the journey that they're taking with you. That's how you get the right people on your team. That's why in this next level in my elite coaching program, you can't just join. You have to be invited, because we are going on a very specific journey. And those that are ready for that level of accountability and that level of growth and that level of revenue will be the ones that'll take that journey with me. So number one, so the question I asked earlier was to drop in the comments, what are some attributes of a CEO? Some good ones. So you could just drop yours in the comments. Number one that I'm sharing is you have to have a very clear vision. You got to know where you're going. You may not know how. You may not have all the right people in place yet, but you definitely know the ultimate goal. Number 2, shoot for the top. The thought process of successful people is, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to be at the top. I'm going to do my best. I used to tell my kids, whatever you decide to do, just be at the top. I told them, if you decide you don't want to go to college and you want to work at McDonald's, I have no problem with that. As long as your goal is to be the district manager and eventually an owner. I have no problems with that. I do have a problem if you want to go and work at a restaurant and be a cashier for 30 years. That was the expectation I set for my children, right? So number 2, shoot for the top. Whatever it is, that you're going to be involved in. You don't want to be mediocre. You want to take it to the next level. The business should be blessed because you're in it. If you're on somebody's board, if you're partnering and there's a collaboration, it should go to the next level. Your goal is never to be the cheapest. Your goal is to be the best. Your goal is never to be just mediocre. Your goal is always to get to the next level. Work hard. If you are afraid of hard work, entrepreneurship is not for you. Because there's a misconception, and you know this quote, I'm sure y'all are familiar with this quote. It says, if you ever, when you're working your own business and you're doing what you love, you never work a day in your life. That is not true. I work harder for me than I ever worked on anybody's job. I get up early. I stay up late. I sacrifice my money, my time, my resources for my business. If you're going to work for you, you're going to do more than you've ever done before. Thanks for dropping that in the comments, Tamika, because I had drop in the comments, what do you think are good attributes that a CEO should have? And Tamika dropped in that one thing is you got to be resourceful. You got to know how to make collaborations. You got to know who to connect with. You got to be able to make it work for you. And you got to shoot for the top. And if you're going to get to the top, you cannot be afraid of hard work. My son in middle school had a t-shirt that I didn't fully understand then, but I definitely understand now. Because I only made the analogy with his sports team. And it says, hard work beats talent when talent don't work hard. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. If you're lazy, even if you're gifted in an area, even if you should monetize an area, you may be ahead for a little while, but here comes that person who don't have that natural gift and don't have that natural talent, but they're willing to study, they're willing to invest in themselves, they're willing to put in the work. They will walk you down and pass you because they are willing to put in the work. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. Make sure that you're shooting for the top. And if you're going to get there, you got to be in agreement with, I'm willing to put in the work. Number 3, you have time and you have money. Listen, you have to, if you're going to be a successful business owner, you definitely got to think outside the box, Tabitha. You got to go on and crush the box. Before I give you number 3, I love that you shared that one. Y'all drop in the comments, what do you think some good attributes of a successful CEO? What are they? If you don't think outside the box, you will be limited. You will be limited to doing what's already been done. You'll be afraid to try new things. You'll be afraid to upset people who may be doing something similar. You got to be willing to do it, even if you have to be the first one to do it, even if you have to do it alone. Number 3, you got to be able to say, I have the time and I have the money. This is the thought process, right? A lot of business owners try to run their business the way they run their house, or we try to run it to the way we've been raised and what we're familiar with. You have to be able to expose yourself to more. This is why you cannot be competitive. This is why you must be willing to learn from whoever you can. The old folks say, eat the meat and spit out the bones. And so what you do is you take what you can use, and the things that you cannot use, don't worry about it. But I promise you can learn something from everybody. Even those people that's making a mess, you can learn from other people's mistakes. You got to always be looking, always be watching, and always be willing to learn. Number 3 is I have the time and I have the money. I remember when I first started my business, there was an opportunity for us to do some traveling. And the first thing I said, or the first thing I thought was, we don't have the money to do that. And our coach, it was as if he heard in my spirit, and I'm sure I wasn't the only one. Our coach said, if you are still allowing money to determine your next step, then you missed it. We got to stop saying, I don't have money, and start saying, how can I get what I need? Stop saying I don't have the time and start saying how can I make the time? Because when you are trying to be successful in your business, you can't look at your business as something totally separate from you. It has to be a part of who you are. It has to be a part of your daily habits and your daily thought process. Because once you make your business a part of who you are, then you're not thinking, okay, now I got one more thing I got to get done over here to get this done for my business. You can't run a business like that. It has to become an extension, a part of who you are in your everyday life. And the goal will be, if you're a solopreneur, to grow it to a place where you can afford to hire somebody to help you so that you can focus on the things that need to be focused on. So no longer say, I don't have time and I don't have money. Ask yourself, how can I get it? How can I create more time? If you're trying to figure out where your time is going, I challenge you to do the 15-minute miracle where you take and you track everything you do for 15 minutes for about a week. You probably can do it for just 2 or 3 days and you'll see that you do have time. If you track what you do for 15 minutes for a week, you'll see you're spending some time on social media, just scrolling, doing nothing. You're going to see the number of hours that you're sitting in front of the TV. You're going to see the amount of time that you're doing, you're devoting to some unfruitful things. I'm not talking about eliminating self-care. I'm not talking about eliminating your time at the gym. I'm not talking about eliminating your time, your devotional time, but there's a lot of time wasters that we do without even thinking about it. It's just, it has become a part of us that if you eliminate those things, you can make time for what truly matters. You can make time for what truly matters. And then I'm going to share number 4 with you, because we do have time, is the mindset of an entrepreneur, the CEO mindset. How successful people think is their networking. They are not talking about their houses and where they are. They are talking about where they are going. You need to be around people that can help you to dream. You need to be around people who want more than you, who have more than you, who've gone farther than you, and not be intimidated. You have to be like a sponge and be able to soak up whatever you can so that you can dream bigger. When it comes to your pricing, if you're still struggling with charging $150 for your service and it takes you 3-4 hours to set it up, you need to be around somebody that's charging $3,000 for the exact same hour of time, so that you can see that there are people that's actually paying that. And there are people, everybody is not price conscious. Everybody is not worrying about that, because let me tell you something, you get what you pay for. So again, we go back to number 2, shoot for the top. You don't have to be the cheapest. You just need to be the best. Be willing to work hard. Be willing to put the time in. Be willing to invest in yourself. Be willing to sit down and write out a very clear vision. Be the type of person who knows what your why is. Why am I doing this? And your why must be stronger than adversity. Your why must be stronger than sickness, because sickness is going to happen while you're trying to build your business. Your why must be stronger than financial hardship, because some type of transition is going to happen while you're trying to build your business. Your why must be stronger than family issues, because somebody in your family gonna act a fool while you're trying to build your business. Your why must be stronger than sabotage, because everybody's not gonna be happy seeing you try to build your business and build your brand. Your why have to be so personal that you will get out of bed to get it done every single day, even if you don't feel like it. Being a successful entrepreneur does not mean that you get up every day like, hello, I'm ready to start my day. No. We get up because we have goals to reach. We get up because other families are relying on us. Once you begin to get a staff and a team, you can't, when you disconnect, it affects other people. And so you have to be willing to think bigger than just you, right? Your why have to be so compelling to you. It may not move me, but it should move you to action. So those 4 things, how successful people think. They have a very clear vision. We shoot for the top. Mediocrity is not even an option. We work hard. Number 3, I have the time. I have the money. And number 4, networking. I am going to get around people who don't look like me, who don't think like me, that will challenge me so that I can focus on where we're going and not where we're stuck at. So listen, I hope this helped you. I'll be back Monday night at 6:30. I'll be interviewing Coach Lily Williams, who specializes in working with children, teens, and their parents. And every Monday after that, we already have it booked through the 1st of October. So every Monday night, I'll be live here on this page at 6:30 interviewing another person that's an expert in their area. We have somebody that's going to talk about mental health awareness and just all kinds of things that's going to help you take your business and your personal life to the next level. And then Wednesdays between 12 and 1, I'll be back sharing some business tips with the leaders and entrepreneurs. If you want to connect with me, just hit the inbox. You know, the thing about connecting with me in the inbox, if you have questions about your business, if you have questions about the fall program that I have coming up, we can talk about it in a very confidential and discreet manner. We can schedule a time, pick up the phone, I can answer your questions. I promise you that if you want to get to the next level, I would love for you to consider me as your coach so that I can help you get there. Now, let me say this right before I get off. I can't work with everybody. I can't help everybody, right? But I do know a lot of people. So if I'm not the one for you, I might be able to refer you to the coach that can help you. So listen, I believe that it's enough for everybody. We don't have to compete. We share and we collaborate. And the goal is that you as a small business owner and you as a leader get to your goal the way that you want to get there. Y'all have a great day. We'll talk soon.